Everyone has that teacher they remember that truly cared. They cared about them and what their interests were in and outside of the classroom. The question facing principals, interview committees, and site-based councils today is how can they make sure they hire that type of teacher in their building? The solution is dispositional hiring. When using dispositional hiring, principals, interview committees, and site-based councils get away from these standard interview questions and ask disposition questions that increase the likelihood of hiring someone who not only has content knowledge and pedagogical skills, but they have the attitudes that are essential to enhancing learning, teaching, and school culture.
You have so much of a better chance on getting the same type of teacher style and type of teaching that you already have currently built in your room if you continue asking disposition questions. Now, before we had those questions, you didn't have, it was based on content knowledge. It was based on what they would know about classroom management and so on. But now with disposition questions, it allows you to go deeper and you get to know that person a little better and what their true feelings are about how they interact with children or adults. So you have a much better chance of getting a well-rounded teacher.
I think it lets us see kind of that person's, not just their book smart, but it lets us see kind of their heart and their heart of how they would actually go in and work with students on a daily basis. But it also kind of lets us know about their character. That, is this the right person to come in and be working with children?
Dispositional questions could include questions like, describe your best day. If you had to live the same day over and over, what would it be? And how have you used humor to teach an important lesson? If listened to carefully, the answers to these type of questions will provide a front row view of the applicant's disposition.
The dispositions, what they do is show us who the person is. We get lots of information from other questions as to their knowledge base, their technique understanding, their methodologies. The disposition, what it gives us is who they are, their relationship, who they feel they are, their relationships with other people, and that's what's important.
It's the dispositional part of it that when you ask them to rank it or ask them to be specific, that allows you to go further and see, hey, this person is going to be somebody who can come into my building, teach class, maintain order, keep district and school initiative, and help students address barriers at the same time.
I think the dispositional questions help them understand that we're looking about who they are, and that should be important to them as well.
Dispositional hiring is broken down into 4 different categories when rating teacher candidates: disposition of self, disposition towards others, disposition about purpose, and general frame of reference. Teachers that demonstrate a positive disposition of self would be upbeat, non-self-centered. They identify with others and they're empathetic towards students. Teachers that demonstrate a positive disposition of others would believe that people are able to find adequate solutions to events in their lives. When rating a teacher on disposition of purpose, you should look for teachers that see the big picture. They keep perspective and priorities in place, meaning they don't forget that a big part of education is helping people. Finally, a positive frame of reference means a teacher puts people first and builds long-term relationships.
It's really important that the teachers that we hire not only can teach, but that they're kind, they're considerate, they have a good sense of humor, they can work with others. That's just as important as knowing how to teach reading or writing or math.
We need an open, honest candidate who's willing to be a lifelong learner, who's not only about self, but about collaboration for all. And those questions really help us get to that individual and that candidate.
Using dispositional questions in these 4 categories will help principals, interview committees, and site-based councils ensure they're getting the right person for the job that will work to make all students career, college, and life ready.